Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Paige. I'm an ultra runner, if you didn't know, and I'm just a fitness freak. I love working out, getting active, even if it's just walking around. I love it. So I'm also a big food person. So today I want to do another reaction to some what I eat in a day videos. I picked out four. I haven't watched them all the way through. I just picked them to make sure they weren't like 10 minutes long, kind of thing. So I have those all ready to go. And I figured we'll just react to some what I eat in a day videos and talk about their food choices and what the good, the bad, the ugly. Because some of these, the people eat great, and other ones, it's like, what are you doing with your life, man? You know? So, with that being said, let's just get right into it. All right, I got the little TikTok pulled up. And this one is what I eat in a day to get through winter. Eating enough to get through winter. Seriously, winter, a lot of people will bulk because it's winter. You're stuck inside and miserable, so they'll bulk. But I don't think she's bulking or a bodybuilder. All right.
Breakfast, 7 a.m. 3 bowls of cinnamon toast crunch with cereal. Strawberry milk.
Okay, 3 bowls. Keep in mind, a serving of cereal in most cases, I am so sorry, why is the camera zooming and unzooming? But in most cases, the serving size is like a cup, a measuring cup of cereal. So a bowl full is usually like a serving and a half, 2 servings, maybe even more depending on how big the bowl you're using. So she probably had like 3 or 4 cups of cinnamon toast crunch. Now, as a small snack or a treat, measuring out some cinnamon toast crunch and eating it is fine. But it shouldn't be a staple breakfast because this is just sugar. This is just sugar and chemicals. It's not a healthy or a balanced breakfast. And it's gonna make you hungry later. You're gonna be very hungry later on in your day-to-day life. So if you're looking for a healthy breakfast, meat, eggs, vegetables, fruit are all good things. Like an egg with some veggies and a piece of toast is a really balanced breakfast, a really good one. Sourdough I know is better than white bread, and if you're in the United States, most of those prepackaged breads are just glorified cake. Seriously, they're just really high in sugar and all sorts of other nonsense. So keep that in mind. And then strawberry milk, I've never seen that. I've only seen like regular milk put into cereal. And I'm not saying it's not good. It probably is depending on the cereal. And I can see chocolate milk in certain cereals too. But that's just adding more sugar to the bowl of cereal that is needed. Now, if you really like want to indulge, I can see this being a thing. But this is very indulgent. She said she ate 3 bowls of this. That's a lot of cereal and a lot of sugar. And it probably felt filling and those 3 bowls probably made her feel full and feel satiated, but let me get this. That's not gonna last, especially with ultra processed foods like this. Don't know why my camera keeps doing that. I need to fiddle around with the settings. I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, not good. Not a good breakfast. Not a good start.
Bowl number 2. Bowl number 3. Would have finished the whole box, but I ran out of milk. Lasagna.
So ran out of milk. Seriously, we shouldn't be glorifying eating like that. And number 2, lasagna. Depending on how you make it, it can be okay. I make my lasagna high protein, lots of vegetables. Um, there's more meat and veggies than there is pasta, like the ratio. And then there's a fair bit of cheese, but the cheese also has eggs mixed into it. So it's fairly high protein and it's not the most unhealthy. I make it with regular pasta noodles because my grocery store doesn't sell the chickpea protein lasagna noodles. I'd have to order them online. I don't make it often. It is a rare occasional indulgent snack, not a eat all the time snack. So it's really high carb, and oftentimes lasagna has a lot of cheese, so also very high fat. Dietary fat's not the worst thing in the world. You still need it, but cheese isn't the best source of fat. If you're looking for a good source of fat, yogurt, milk, eggs, meat are all your better options. And there's even certain fats like in olive oil, make sure it's like really pure olive oil or avocado. Those fats are also very good. But fat from like cheese is not the best. Butter is, I am gonna say, questionable. Probably depends on the butter you get, but butter isn't bad.
Still on breakfast. 3 sesame balls. Honestly, not yummy. Maybe because I bought them from someone on the sidewalk. Hot dog.
Okay, sesame bowls. This I've never had sesame balls. I'm guessing they're filled with some kind of like jelly filling, bean paste, or maybe even meat. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume they're similar to meat buns that you can get at a lot of Asian grocery stores or Asian like restaurants, but those look like they're just baked and filled. Probably like one as a snack, fine, but three? And you didn't like them, but you ate them anyway? Why? Like, were you that hungry where after the lasagna and the three bowls of cereal where you had to eat three of those buns? I don't think so. Hot dog. Okay. Hot dogs are basically just all the undesirable bits of the meat. We all know what hot dogs are, which honestly, they're okay. I'm not a huge fan of them. Personally, if I'm going to get protein, I'm going to try to get it from something less processed because a lot of hot dogs are cured and processed and may have chemicals in them that aren't good for you. Like, if you get a hot dog every so often or whatever, it's whatever. You should eat it sparingly, like with everything. And this one doesn't look too egregious, has some mustard and ketchup on it. Pretty standard hot dog. I'd probably do a similar thing. But this should be an occasional treat. Like if you go to a baseball game once every like 6 months, and while you're there at the baseball game, you want to get a hot dog. That is completely okay. But if this is like you're eating hot dogs all the time because you like because they're quick and easy. There's better, or they're protein. There are better alternatives. And you could probably, I mean, there's probably better alternatives that are healthier, and there's better alternatives that probably taste better. You know what I mean? I'm very particular about my hot dogs. Like, you know what I mean?
Center of the roll. Forgot a fork and couldn't wait.
Okay, a Cinnabon roll. So we've had so much sugar today from the strawberry milk, the cereal. There's sugar in that hot dog bun. There's probably sugar in those sesame rolls she had, and then a Cinnabon. So she's probably had like 1,500, maybe 2,000 calories of just sugar today. And which is a lot of sugar. Sugar and carbs are important for a healthy diet, but they are not. Like, you want carbs from things like beans, fruit, rice, whole grains, starchy vegetables. You don't want to get most of your carbs from like processed wheat, processed baked goods, sugar. You don't want to get carbs from there. Occasionally, or if you're like an athlete carb loading, that's fine. If you need like quick carbs, sugar is probably the most effective way. But she doesn't strike me as someone who needs quick carbs. And then dinner, 8 p.m. Let's see what she eats.
Dinner, 8 p.m. Halo rice bowl. This has been my recent food fixation. It's so good they fill it up so much. Matcha. French fries. These fries are so addicting.
Okay, oh, there's cookies there, so even more sugar. Now, the halal bowl is probably good. I didn't see exactly what was in it. Um, just keep in mind, just because a food is halal or kosher doesn't make it automatically healthy. That's like saying vegan food is automatically healthy, because it's not. You know what's vegan? Oreos. So just because it's vegan doesn't make it healthy and good for you. I will say the halal bowl is probably the best nutrition she's gotten all day. Friend, I don't think like if I were to get that dinner, I'd just go with the halal bowl. I wouldn't feel the need to get the French fries. well, maybe a drink. I'm not a huge fan of matcha, but usually like get I most of my beverages are low to no calorie. Once a week I will get sometimes twice if there's a Pokemon Go day, but usually once a week I will get a full sugar coffee from Dunkin' with the cream, the sugar, and a shot of espresso. And assuming they don't mess it up, it's delicious. But lately, the Dunkin' I've been going to, they just mess it up every week. I don't understand why. I I've been like very deliberate and clear now. Before I drive off with my coffee, I check the label, and before like I drive to the next window, I check their little thing where they enter it in, just to make sure they get it right. Because do you know how disappointing it is to order that coffee and then they forget the cream or they forget the sugar or there's no espresso? You're like, what was the point in this? So, coffee rant aside, I I generally don't recommend drinking your calories unless you are like a supreme athlete who get burns thousands of calories a day and you need to make up that calorie deficit and you don't have the stomach capacity, then drinking your calories. But I don't think my advice would really apply to you since if you're that level of an athlete, you know what you're doing.
Birthday cake cookie. Peanut butter cookie. More
A cake, and then what is this?
sweet. Banana pudding. Confetti cake. What I eat.
So, one thing you may notice is this woman is on the, I'd say, is in the healthy range spectrum. If she keeps, this might be a one off day for her. If it is, whatever. One off days like this aren't going to kill you. But if this is her every day right now, she is going to start putting on weight and putting on weight fast because she probably ate a solid 4,000 calories today just by my eyeball estimate. That cake was probably like 500. That banana pudding was probably another 350. The rice bowl was probably like 600. So that's five. That's so those two cookies were probably 100 each. So we're at like and then like just the everything. It's probably like 4,000 calories. I'd have to write it down and tabulate it out to try to actually estimate, but that's a lot. For the average woman, maintenance is like 1,800. If you're super muscular or athletic, it's higher. If you're sedentary and not athletic, it's lower. Like if I were to just lay there all day and do absolutely nothing to keep my body alive, I would need 1,300 calories a day. My maintenance with the amount of muscle I have is 1,900. So she ate probably double what she needed. So that's a lot. You're going to gain a ton of weight doing that. And overeating like this all the time should never be celebrated. It should never be encouraged. It is not good. All right. On the occasion like Thanksgiving, Christmas, maybe your birthday, go ahead, indulge. Overeat. One day out of a few days out of the year isn't going to kill you. But if it's every week and every month and all the time, it adds up. Seriously, if you think this is normal eating, it is not. Most people don't eat constantly like this. Like today, I woke up, went to the gym. I did my hour session with my personal trainer, and then we did a burn class. We didn't quite finish the burn class because we ran out of time and she had clients coming. Because it was like 9 exercises, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. You go down the list. And then it's 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, back up the list. And we were supposed to do 4 rounds, and with a minute rest in between. We were supposed to do 4 rounds. We only had time for 3 because of how long it took. And they weren't super intense. We didn't do heavy weights. I'd say the hardest thing in that was the 40 seconds of bear hold. That was pretty intense, but it was still a great workout session. And I'll probably go to the gym later to run. But it like, and then I got home and I made scrambled eggs, a bag of mixed vegetables, And then for dinner, I'm going to do is chicken stir fry. So that's probably going to be my food for the day. Maybe I'll have a snack like a bowl of oatmeal or maybe some Greek yogurt or something, but that's all I'm eating for the day. And I've worked out for 2 hours. So it's like you'd be surprised at like one, if you're eating whole healthy foods, you'd be shocked at how much food volume you can get for a reasonable amount of calories. And you'd be shocked about how quickly those junk food calories add up. It really does. All right, on to the next one. I think we've covered her before, but I'm not 100%. There's a lot of just generic blonde fat women on TikTok, and a lot of them post what I eat in a day videos. Not to be mean, but there's just a lot of people with her generic look. So there could be like 4 or 5 people who look exactly like her we've reacted to. So that's a thing. Um, in case you haven't, I've noticed it. It's not. It's just an observation. You know what I mean?
Girl eats in a day.
Okay, I've seen her and reacted to her because every day she starts off with a donut dipped in a glass of milk with ice. I will never understand the ice thing. If I'm gonna like, if I'm usually I drink if when I drink milk, I drink the glass fast. I don't want it sitting out. And if I want to keep it cold, I would get something like the reusable freezable ice cubes, or I don't know. Watering down milk doesn't sound pleasant. And there's no need to start your day with a donut. Donuts are okay as a snack. Once or twice a month, I'll have a donut from Dunkin' as a treat because, the occasional sweet treat is okay. Seriously, Boston cream donuts, best donut ever. Fight me. I will, like, if there's a Pokemon Go event, we'll go to Dunkin', I'll get a coffee, and I'll get a donut. Sometimes the coffee has cream and sugar. Sometimes I just get it black because I don't feel like getting that much sugar. Depending on how long we're playing for and what I did that day, like if I didn't do any activity or go to the gym that day and we're just walking around for 3 hours, I'll get a black coffee and a donut. If we're playing for 8 hours and I went to the gym and it's going to be nothing but activity that day, I'll have the full sugar coffee and the donut. So really all depends, but it's not like an all the time thing. I don't like if you eat like donuts on a regular basis, you're gonna have hunger issues because Dunkin' has an interest, like they have a legit interest in making their donuts delicious and super craveable because the better they taste and the more you want them, the more you're gonna buy them and the more money they make off those donuts. And when you go to Dunkin', do you just get one donut and leave? Or do you get a donut? Or do you get multiple donuts? Or do you get a donut and a drink? Or like, you don't just go to Dunkin' to get a singular donut. You get stuff to go with that donut. So they have an interest to make these things delicious to have you come multiple times in a week or have you buy multiple things at a time. That's how companies make money. So you shouldn't be eating a donut. Donuts should not be a regular part of your diet. As a treat, as I say everything, treats are fine, but not all the time.
Oops. Just gonna put that back on there.
And another thing, how do people deal with nails like that? My nails are real short. I sometimes paint them. I haven't in a while, but I keep them short because like even even in I can't imagine like doing basic stuff with nails that long. Like typing on a computer, you cleaning up after using the bathroom, like stuff like that. Like if you have really long nails, you can't do it properly. You can't cook with crazy long nails. Like there's so much stuff you can't do with crazy long nails. They're cute. I will give her that. They're really cute nails. But I can't imagine like knitting or doing my job, my day job, like with nails like that because like I work with my hands. Like I can't imagine trying to tie a weaver's knot with nails like that. Like that, it just seems like it was a hassle. And then like stuff gets stuck under them. Like I don't know. I just not for me. If you like them and you can figure out how to live your life with them, so be it. I just don't understand it.
Good morning, sweets. For breakfast, I am just having a yogurt bowl.
Looks like those are some
Okay,
kind
so
of
you're
cookies
actually
on them.
lying if you say that you like plain fat-free Greek yogurt, because by itself, I got a ice.
Okay, so if that's Greek yogurt, one, I don't see the point in getting fat-free Greek yogurt. The fat in Greek yogurt is okay for you. Your body does need fat. You need to eat fat. So that the whole low fat means you lose weight thing is stupid and propaganda. But seriously, if you're gonna do Greek yogurt, try to like put a little bit of honey in it or like some fruit in it. Put stuff that is not as pure sugar as cookie crumbles and actual sugar in them if you can, because that ruins the point of Greek yogurt. So if you're gonna eat yogurt, Greek yogurt, even with sugar, is better than like the non-Greek yogurt, because non-Greek yogurt is just basically sugar, and it's like it has a lot less protein, and Greek yogurt often has probiotics. So if you're gonna eat a yogurt, go Greek. But yeah, that's I can't judge because I eat Greek yogurts with the fruit on the bottom for breakfast. So I can't judge that one. I can't. That'd be hypocritical of me.
Vanilla coffee. Ew. I got a
So yeah, I mean, coffees like that, like on the occasion, are good, but like McDonald's probably fills it with sugar, fills it with cream. That coffee is probably like 300 calories. If you can fit it in your calorie budget and you're like super active and you work out all the time, so be it. But I don't think this person is super active. I don't think they get a ton of activity. I personally don't believe it. So, yeah, just if you're not losing weight and you're eating in a calorie deficit, look at what you drink. Because those coffees add up, those sodas add up, those full sugar, and like juice, milk, these things add up. They have calories in them. And if you be like, I'm eating healthy, like if you eat a salad and then you have a Mountain Dew next to you, that Mountain Dew is like 290 calories for like the bottle. Well, you know the things you drink add up, so avoid drinking your calories as much as you can. And I'm not saying never do it, but seriously, they can be a killer. That's one of the reasons why I gained so much weight in the first place, was because I was drinking soda. I drink 2 bottles of soda at work, and then I'd go home and I'd drink cans, and it was just a constant thing of drinking calories and sugar, and it was just it like, and other people in my life have had trouble losing weight because they are the claws of the soda are deep within them. They can't pull away from the soda. So don't drink your if you're not losing weight, look at what you're drinking. You'd be surprised. I don't recommend you drink your calories unless you absolutely need to.
hash brown, obviously. And then I also got the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. We are at Longhorn.
Okay, so she had 2 breakfasts basically, because McDonald's stopped serving breakfast at like 10 a.m., maybe 11. So she had 2 breakfasts. Technically 3 if you count the donut. And most of that, actually all of that, was ultra processed sugary foods, because that yogurt was definitely process adding all that stuff she added to it makes it ultra processed. Like I said, I can't judge too hard on the yogurt, but I can on the donut and the McDonald's. I don't know. Is McDonald's breakfast really that good? I haven't gotten it since I was like a kid. Because like if I'm gonna get breakfast, I'm gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts. But I don't eat breakfast out much, because most of the time in the morning I'm either at work, like eating something quick and going out the door and going to work, or I'm at home and I have plenty of time, so I'll just cook something good. So like there's never a situation where I'm like I need to eat a fast unhealthy breakfast. And if I have time, and if I have the time and the money to go get breakfast, I'm going to a sit down diner where I can get like a lot higher quality for the same price. I just don't get it. I don't get McDonald's breakfast.
Corn, and I have a Diet Coke. And then I also have the bread. We got the firecracker chicken wraps.
I'm guessing, yep, the chicken wrap was her appetizer. My family doesn't really do appetizers. Maybe after an ultra marathon and we're at a restaurant, I might get an appetizer because I need the calories. But most of the time, it's like most of the time, if the restaurant offers bread, the bread is enough for us. And we're never going to a restaurant where we're so hungry where we need an appetizer and a meal. It's always it's a special occasion thing for us. So she probably ate more than a few of those firecracker things. Um, the bread and butter, that's one thing. The Diet Cola has 0 calories in it, but when you're her size, you shouldn't be drinking anything sweet because it's going to make you crave more stuff. And I know it's 0 sugar in its diet, but it's just going to make you hungrier. It's going to make you crave stuff. Seriously, like even 0 sugar sweet stuff, I crave it a lot. Like I will crave food after drinking it. So just be aware that even if it's 0 calories, it still will affect you.
I got the steak salad and a French onion soup. Mm. I am finally home.
So I can't say the steak salad looked pretty high quality. Definitely a choice I would have made at that restaurant. At Longhorn, like I usually go with salad or like salmon or chicken or something. I try to pick something that's reasonable depending on the day. I don't eat out a ton, so usually when I do eat out, it's an indulgence, so I will indulge and get something I want based off the menu. But most of the time, it's healthy because I'm always that kind of person. Like, if you give me the option to choose a bowl of spaghetti or a salad with all the fixings, I'm choosing the salad. I'm one of those weirdos. I love vegetables. I love eating healthy food. It's delicious, especially restaurant. Like anything at a restaurant is probably gonna be delicious. But I guess that was her dinner, and the McDonald's was her lunch. But it's not very good food volume for the calories you're getting.
I'm overly exhausted, so I'm making coffee. I just made like a French vanilla.
Okay, so more sugar in her coffee. Seriously, you don't. If you don't like the taste of coffee, there's other ways to get caffeine. And besides caffeine, human bodies don't need caffeine. If she's probably feeling exhausted from all that sugar she ate in the morning and then she's experiencing the sugar crash. So she's getting more sugar to continue the cycle.
This is what a hot girl eats in a.
So that is a lot of sugar she ate. Personally, like she ate out pretty much everything except breakfast, which was technically a yogurt, and she added stuff to it to make it not healthy. Seriously, if you want to eat a lot of food, it is so much cheaper to go to the grocery store and buy ingredients. Like today, I had eggs. The carton of eggs I got was $4. There's more than one serving of eggs in that carton because it was a dozen. A bag of frozen vegetables, which was $2. So for like what? We'll say $3 for my breakfast. I had a massive plate of food. It was delicious. It had actual nutrition in it, and I ate that like 4 hours ago, and I'm not that hungry. I'm gonna eat dinner soon. I'm probably gonna eat dinner soon so I can go digest it and go to the gym. But like, it was really satisfying and filling. Like, I didn't feel the need to snack after that because it was like that was really good. That was a lot of food. So my dinner's gonna be a little higher my dinner is gonna be a little higher calorie than my I'm gonna call it brunch. It was my first meal of the day, but it was closer to lunchtime than breakfast. But it was like, seriously, a massive plate of food for $3. It was like, what, 600 calories worth of food? It was a lot and it was delicious and was healthy. So eating out, I just, economic wise, it doesn't seem worth the money. Health wise, it doesn't seem worth the calories. I just don't get why people eat out so much. Like on the occasion, it's fine. I will never understand why people will be like, yeah, I eat out all the time. And mind you, I know cooking, some people don't like cooking, but seriously, it took me like 10 minutes to scramble up those eggs and heat up those vegetables. It and like the vegetables started heating and then I scrambled the eggs and then once the egg pan got hot, I poured the eggs in and scrambled them up and everything was ready at the same time. Like it's not hard. It took me 10 minutes. Probably took me longer to eat the food than it did to cook it. So there are options. All right, I've got two more. So let's get into this.
Hey baddies, I have the new matchas to try. I got the Dubai chocolate and the banana bread. Ooh, girl, you already had a pup cup. Back up. Reverse. Throw it in reverse. Throw it in reverse. Banana bread. Okay.
So Starbucks drinks are infamous for having a ton of sugar. I'm not going to look up the nutrition facts of this right now, but there it Starbucks is infamous for loading their drinks with sugar and cream and all sorts of nonsense. Even their matchas. It's just seriously, I would just skip the Starbucks. I'd skip the sugary drinks. These are probably full of sugar. Seriously, they're gonna make you have a sugar rush, full of energy. You're gonna feel like the effects of that, and then your sugar's gonna crash, and you're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel hungry all day, and you're gonna basically be seeking out more energy through food and drink. It's just not worth it.
You know what? This banana bread good. Yeah, good. Dubai chocolate. I like the banana bread. If y'all gonna get one, get the banana bread. I got smaller.
I'm gonna assume she didn't finish the Dubai chocolate one if she didn't like it, but I don't see the point in flavored matcha. Isn't the point of matcha to taste like tea? It's matcha. It's supposed to taste like matcha. I don't get it. All right, what'd she get?
Tacos to try for lunch. Mix it with the sour cream a little bit. Close up. They're pretty good. For dinner, we got some.
Okay, so tacos, not terrible. Depends on what you put in them. So I can't falter there, but just be careful. Those shells look deep fried, which if you those will get you. Yeah, seriously, a taco can be healthy depending on what you put in it and how you prepare it. Those look like restaurant tacos, so they're probably covered in oil and fat because that's what restaurants do. So, not the greatest, but not the worst either. Still, that those tacos were probably like 800 calories, plus the coffee was probably like another 400 because that's just how Starbucks rolls. And then dinner. It looks like a side salad, a baked potato with cheese and sour cream. Not a fan of sour cream, personal preference, but that's a lot of sour cream. Potatoes are a really starchy, carb filled vegetable, so having it in moderation is okay. It's a good source of carbs depending on how it's prepared. If it's baked or like air fried, that's the best way to do it. Deep frying isn't the greatest. Boiled is also okay. Just what if you boil them and mash them, just be careful how much cream and butter you add to the mashed potatoes or cheese or whatever other stuff because that stuff can really add up.
Steak, a baked potato, and some salad. Now look, I just really wanted a baked potato and some salad. I don't really care about the steak. And some Sprite. Zero sugar, of course.
I love how they drink zero sugar soda as if that automatically erases all the garbage food they've eaten because it doesn't. it doesn't erase bad choices. And I mean, I can't say too much. I do drink zero sugar energy drinks. I drink zero sugar sodas. So I do that, but it's not my primary beverage consumption. I usually drink water and tea and black coffee. So there could be worse choices, but if you have issues with overconsumption, drinking sweet things, even if it's 0 calories, not good.
Ooh, I like when it gets tingly in my ears.
What I ate today?
So, not the worst day. She didn't eat I wouldn't be surprised if she ate more and didn't show it on camera. Some people, they either over exaggerate how much they're eating for rage bait, or they undershow what they eat. Like, see, I barely eat anything, but I'm still fat. It's because it's genetics. So I think there's like those two ends of the spectrum. This I'm gonna be a bit cynical and say maybe she underreported what she ate because that that day of food wasn't that bad. I wouldn't explain her current size. So either this is a day where she's pretty good and on track, and then she has days where she eats way, way more. There are numerous ways for this to happen. All right, we have one more. Let's talk about it. We're starting off at a restaurant.
Be fat woman, not conforming to be meek and small. It's just my way of fighting against fascism. Today with a little.
If you want to fight against fascism, get fit and muscular. Seriously, the economic system and the government is benefiting off of this, at least in the US. They want to keep you fat. Because if you're fat and over consuming food, you're easier to control. Like, they can, like, if you're spending all your money on food and you're eating out all the time, you're one, benefiting the big corporations, which are paying the government to be allowed to operate the way they are. So the government's benefiting off of it. The big corporations are benefiting off of it. And two, if you are too big, you can't go out and protest. You can't go out and heaven forbid, if you need to fight, you can't fight back. So it's like one of those things. It's not, being morbidly obese is not fighting against fascism. It's not. Now, I'm not going to get too political, but it's not doing what you think it's doing. It's not helping anybody. Except big corporations and the big food industry.
Frozen breakfast sandwich. I defrost it in the microwave and then I throw it in the oven because our air fryer has been dirty, like crusty on top, and it makes a really smelly noise. Smelly.
Okay, if your air fryer is gross, clean it. I will, every time I use my air fryer, I will wait for it to cool and then I'll wipe it down, remove all the crusty stuff, the extra oil, whatever. I use oil. I often air fry things with olive oil, so my air fryer will get crusty if I don't clean it. Seriously, if something's dirty and it makes smells when you use it, like a toaster or an air fryer or your microwave or whatever, clean it. Don't be lazy. And most of these things take, like the air fryer, you take the tray out, you wipe it down, maybe with a little bit of soap, and then rinse it. It's clean and good to go. The microwave is probably the hardest thing to clean. I don't know how to clean a toaster. I don't use a toaster. I have a toaster. I don't use it because I don't toast things with it. And then the oven has a clean button where you literally press clean and it heats up super hot and it burns away all the stuff. Seriously, clean your kitchen appliances. You're cooking food in them. Clean them.
Noise. If that wasn't bad enough, the napkin that I defrosted it on got stuck to the bottom. Gross. I don't do well with those sensory upsets. Fun fact about me.
So, when I was in high school, I used to eat a frozen Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwich for breakfast every single day. But I was a very lean teenager, and I was a skinny teenager. My legs were pretty muscular because I rollerbladed. But back but I would eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe a snack. I wasn't like eating constantly, so and I wasn't able to cook a full on breakfast, and I didn't have the money. My parents didn't want to pay for school breakfast because I was actually like, no, you can eat breakfast at home. So that was my solution. Nowadays, I don't buy them because it's like every time I buy them and eat them, they're not that good. It's just like it's like the bread gets all tough and rubbery, and it's just not that good. If I want a breakfast sandwich, I'll either make it myself or go to a restaurant and get one. And it's also ultra processed food and questionable, like the meat, the egg, the cheese. It's all questionable on how much of that is actually the food ingredients, you know?
I'm helping my family's church with their social media, so I had to go live stream their church, which is objectively on brand for me. This is sarcasm. I have the scrappy.
So it looks like she had another sandwich. And then what looked like maybe some kind of salad, but it looked like it was drenched in dressing. So seriously, just watch your salad dressing. Salads are fine. Salad dressing is fine. Just measure it out because you'd be surprised how much dressing, how many calories is in such a small amount of dressing. It is like the silent killer of salad health.
Of all little mouse lunches with leftover salad, and then I also got a little bit of tuna mac and cheese just to fill me up a little bit. I watched Beetlejuice last week.
Okay, so tuna mac and cheese, I've had it. Pretty good. It if you're making like mac and cheese for a large family and you have a box of mac and cheese, adding a couple cans of tuna and adding some like corn complements it really well, will help fill out that volume. Still not healthy. The tuna and the corn are healthy, but the mac and cheese still not healthy because it's just pasta and cheese. So good as an occasional snack, but it shouldn't be a staple in your diet.
And I feel like I keep on doing the Beetlejuice voice now because of it. Our friend directed a production of Sweeney Todd with a bunch of high school
Some chocolates. How much you want to bet she ate more than two? And she's just showing two.
schoolers, really talented high schoolers, and so on the way there, I had a little bit of chocolate. I just like I need a sweet treat after lunch. I don't know. It's like written in my law. No idea.
So you don't trust me. As you're her size, you don't need a little sweet treat. You've had plenty of little sweet treats. And little sweet treats, if trust me, I'll have a little sweet treat and then be like, I want more. I want more food. That was delicious. I want more. And then like it's just not satisfying and it makes you crave more sweet things. So limit your sweet treats. They're okay every so often, but they should not be a daily occurrence. And if you are going to have one immediately before going to bed or in a situation or before a situation where you're not going to be able to eat for a while. That will be your best bet to avoid overdoing it with sweet treats or going and seeking out more snacks. Because sweet treats, especially the ultra processed ones, are going to make you want more snacks.
Why? I was viciously hungry during intermission, so my husband
Viciously hungry. It's the sweet treats. You had pretty much nothing but carbs all day. That's gonna make you hungry. You need fiber and protein to feel full. And potato chips? Seriously? More ultra processed food? If you have just one bag on a special occasion, like going to a play, that's fine, but something tells me this is just the beginning.
and I split this little bag of blanking potato chips. After the show, we were ravenous, and so we went to Miller's. That wasn't a question. We definitely went to Miller's. It's just a matter of I almost said Miller Lite because we were all insanely hungry. I forgot to take a video of the nachos, but we got gorgeous nachos, and then I got fish and chips. Reason 1,000.
So, nachos, cheesy, fried food. The chips, nothing but fat and carbs. Fish and chips, nothing but fat and carbs. There's a little protein in the fish, but it's kind of canceled out by all the fat and carbs. Now, I'm not dissing fish and chips, but when you've had nothing but fried food and carbs all day, you don't need fish and chips. You need actual nutrition.
My husband loves me as I never eat my coleslaw, so that's always for him. Hung out, had a great time gabbing. Of course, his cast was supposed to go to a different location. Some of them came there, so that was fun. His is my friend. His is the direct.
Those little donuts, I honestly love the chocolate ones. And I know it's weird, but I kind of like how they coat the inside of your mouth. I don't know. I will get them every so often, but I don't buy the big bags because then I'll just keep eating out of the big bag. If I am gonna indulge in them, I'll get the little sleeves. I know technically it's more expensive, but there's some things I just can't keep in my house because I will just keep eating them. They're so good, I'll just keep eating them, so I just don't buy it. Seriously, if you're an adult and you buy your own food and you have issues with overeating certain foods, just don't buy them. Problem solved. Or if you do buy them, make it so you have to go for a special trip to get them. So that way, when you have that craving, you have more time from craving to actual food to delay it. Like, delay your time from craving to getting the food because that craving might pass in 5, 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. What I say is if you get a really strong craving for some junk food or something sweet, drink a glass of water, wait 10, 15 minutes, and if you're still craving it, go find a way to eat a small amount of it. Ideally, don't keep it in your house. Like, say I were to crave a donut really badly. I drink some water, maybe some tea, and wait 15, 20 minutes. And I'm still craving that donut. I'd either go to the convenience store and get the little sleeve, or I'd go to Dunkin' and get a single donut. I know I said people don't go to Dunkin' for single donuts, but I'd find a solution to make sure that the craving has a chance to actually pass before it is. And if you have issues with that all the time, there's a bunch of different methods to do it to deal with that. So, but I do admit those chocolate covered donuts pretty good.
Had a very stale bite of a donut. Got home, had a gummy, and needed some popcorn. While the popcorn was making, I needed to eat Doritos, and then all hell broke loose.
Okay, so popcorn. Honestly, popcorn is really good. If you're air popping it or doing like the brown paper bag and microwave chip, in the microwave trick, it is just popcorn is a great healthy snack. It's a whole grain. It's basically just corn. And then you can measure out, put butter on it, salt, whatever, and you can control that. If you're getting it from like the microwave, pre-made microwave bags, those are probably not good. Who knows what's in there for preservatives? So I personally, and then like who knows what chemicals leach out of those bags? I don't know. They're just, and like once you get used to eating popcorn with like real melted butter and like real salt, those bags of popcorn, like I was at my parents' house. My brother had one, and I grabbed a handful of popcorn. I'm like, this isn't good. Like air popping a bag of popcorn, popcorn kernels, and then melting a tablespoon of butter on it is so much better. It's so much better than the bag stuff, and it's cheaper too. Seriously, 99 cents for a big old bag of kernels, a buck for a thing of brown paper bags. You can make popcorn every day for a week for cheaper than just one of those those microwave popcorn bags. It's just like not worth it. And of course, she had to snack while her snack was preparing because, waiting, a minute or two for your popcorn to pop is just too long.
Oh, God.
Are you okay? The way Billy jumped, I felt so bad.
Damn, Dorito!
Where did the Doritos come into play?
You're my popcorn, obviously. Made myself some popcorn, had that with some
Microwave bag popcorn. Seriously, I don't recommend those. They're not that good. They're expensive. Just seriously, brown paper bags, like the sandwich bags, and the baggies of kernels are so much cheaper. And a stick of butter, it's so much cheaper, so much better, and so much healthier. Seriously. And it takes about the same amount of time to make than the microwave one. The one she's eating. Seriously. I haven't had Jiffy Pop since I started making popcorn in this method, so maybe Jiffy Pop is better, but those are expensive and they take a lot of work to make. So, I don't know.
chocolate chips, and that was the night.
And of course, more chocolate. Seriously, she ate constantly throughout the day, and I don't think I saw a single thing that wasn't deep fried or ultra processed. Her hunger signals are probably all over the place. She's probably craving stuff all the time. It's just Seriously, you're not going to crave stuff as much if you eat like healthy whole foods. You'd be amazed how much of a difference eating fruits, vegetables, and meat changes things. I've experienced it plenty. So, this one actually was probably the worst we saw all day. She pretty much snacked all day. Probably added up to like 3 or 4,000 calories, probably more than that, assuming she underreported what she ate. So, her diet explains her size. And if she wants to lose weight, I'd seriously ditch the Doritos, the chips, the cookies, the candy, all of it. Just ditch it. And if you have issues with it in your house, just don't buy it. You're an adult. You can buy alternate stuff. All right. So I think that is that. Here, let's see if I choose the right screen. Oh, yep. I'm learning the new software. I'm learning my new setup. I love it. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Very interesting stuff. Seriously, you don't have to eat perfect. You don't have to eat like a super fit gym bro. Like, seriously, I bought packages of protein Pop Tarts. They're basically Pop Tarts just with protein in them. And I'd eat two. It was less calories than just eating a sleeve of regular Pop Tarts, and they had protein in them. They're pretty freaking good. But I ate those 2 boxes. They didn't last the week, but I didn't overeat them. But that was an ultra processed food. I occasionally will get a Monster energy drink or a Dunkin' coffee. So you don't have to be perfect all the time to be good. Healthy-ish is better than the eating we saw today. Well, most of the eating we saw today. There was one day that wasn't that bad, but I think she was underreporting. So, seriously, you don't have to be super fit. You don't have to be perfect. You can be healthy-ish and still be great. Seriously, indulge occasionally. Like a couple times a month. Or maybe have, like, if you really love McDonald's, say, okay, this day, the first Friday of every month, I'm going to have dinner at McDonald's. I'm going to get this order, and that's once a month. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to plan my day around that thing. That is better than, I don't feel like cooking, so I'm going to get McDonald's every day this week. You know what I mean? You don't have to be perfect to be good. Seriously, you don't. No one is perfect, even if they say they are. You know what I mean? And just be cautious at restaurants. They will load it up with butter and oil and other things to make it super delicious, which adds to the calories. So be aware that restaurant food is often higher calorie than making it at home. So that's all I have to say on the matter. Man, I love food, which is one of the reasons why I got to 172 pounds in the first place. But you can still love food and still eat healthy. I think eating healthy and loving food just incentivizes you to learn how to cook better, because if you have to be good at cooking to make healthy food delicious, which isn't super hard, but you have to learn the basics and seasonings and food pairings and cooking methods. Like, you actually have to like know what you're doing to make the healthy food delicious, but it's worth learning. Trust me. I'm so happy I've learned how to cook. So I guess that's that. If you enjoyed me rambling for almost an hour about food, consider subscribing. Seriously, if you made it an hour, consider subscribing. In the description down below, I will be linking my What I Eat in a Day reaction playlist. Same with the end card. So if you want to see more of me rambling about food, there's plenty of videos in there for you to watch. And if you're looking for just me reacting to stuff in general, I'll also put my big reaction playlist. Every topic I've reacted to is in that playlist. So feel free to watch to your heart's content with that. And if you do like my content, subscribe, please. I would truly appreciate it. You'd be my best friend forever. And feel free to leave your comments down below. I always like talking with you guys. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to make dinner, probably edit and upload this. But yeah. I don't know how to end this, so hopefully I will be catching you in the next one. And good luck with your whole quest, or if you have a quest, good luck on that.